All right. Mainspring Conservation Trust will request permission to use a portion of county-owned property on Silo Road to temporarily access the adjoining parcel of land which they have recently purchased. Dennis Desmond. Welcome.
Welcome. And I'm not Dennis. I'm Jason Metter.
Jason, welcome. Dennis, welcome.
Thank you.
Talk about it briefly.
They have the map you gave me. They have that in their agenda packet.
Okay. Good. Great. That helps a little bit. So with Mainspring Conservation Trust, we recently, last year purchased a piece of property at the northern terminus of the current Macon County Greenway. It was the old, refer to it, or the southern end of Macon County Greenway. And we refer to it as the Dills property. And one of the issues that we had noticed, and part of the reason that I'm here presenting to you all as the aquatic programs manager, is that most of the stream banks were washing away. The creek was eating away up into the fields. And so we wanted to address that issue of stabilizing the stream banks and hopefully keeping a lot of that erosion, the sediment and erosion, from continuing to go into Cottooga Creek and further into the Little Tennessee River and Lake Emery. So just an aerial image of the property we're talking about. Oh, nope. I can see it. Nobody else can.
We got it on our iPad.
You got it on your iPad?
Got it. I'll just black and white. Let's see here.
So it's the outside bend of one of those dog legs at the end of Cottooga Creek, just behind the library, Macon Early College, SCC, Macon campus. And we currently have one right-of-way easement access from a private landowner to get in to our property. And what we're actually requesting from the county is we've identified a much easier access coming in off the county property right before you would turn off of Old Silo Road. It would be a straight shot in. There would not be the risk of tearing up the private landowner's nicely blacktop surface with our heavy equipment. The same reason we would not go in and cross in with the greenway, the paved area there, because we just don't want to tear that up. Do you have anything else to add to that, Dennis?
Good for now. As you can see on your in your agenda packet there, if you'll turn that, if you'll just turn it to Mr. Shields on the landscape here, the southernmost checkered line right here is what they're requesting to use to access that Dills property. And as you can see right here, this property is owned by us. This building, for reference here, is the Macon Early College. And what they would be doing is just going right down that property line to access their property while they're making these improvements. Now, in speaking with Chester, I talked with Dennis before, and Dennis had mentioned maybe a temporary right-of-way. In speaking with Chester, he feels like, and I'm not going to speak for him, but the same could be accomplished with just a letter of permission. That would, without the survey, without anything else that we need to do on that easement. Is that right, Chester?
I think that is correct. I think probably one thing that the county would want to have an understanding with is that its property be restored to at least as good a condition as it was found.
So if the board wants to, as y'all discuss this, if this is something that you all want to move forward with, I think just authorizing Chester to draw up the appropriate permission and for me to execute it. I think
we'd need to define, the length of time, those sorts of things.
And working with Mainspring, we would work with them to to get their timetable and of course get the appropriate agreement drafted, and then I could execute it.
What do you
So
think the
what we're
duration?
looking at Siler Road, you get this on the slide you got?
Yes, sir. So Sile Road and Old Sile Road,
Got you. You turn off of it.
correct.
Just remember on the Deals property, the county has a agreement with Mr. Deals. We made the agreement, the county did, about a sewer line.
Which is on there, correct.
Which goes through there, which you will see there are taps.
Yes,
That's part of that, was agreement that I helped negotiate with Mr. Deals before he passed. And so, just keep that in mind, that we certainly want to preserve that.
correct. You're correct.
And
And
when
we
you're
have,
running a bulldozer, don't cut that baby in two.
we have had that surveyed and are well aware and outside of the limits of that.
Thank you.
What do
We
you
don't
think?
want to mess that up, and that was the last slide would just show the areas of access on that property and just working along the stream bank, but being careful to stay out of the.
What do you think the duration of this project will be?
Good weather conditions, 2 to 3 weeks. If we've had weather conditions the way we've been in, we can get in there and get out.
Mr. Chairman, I'd make a motion that we authorize the county attorney and county manager to proceed with group.
Authorize the county manager to execute that document.
That's, yes, sir.
Got a motion by Commissioner Gillespie, second by Commissioner Shields. Discussion. I agree with it in principle. I just ask that Chester, if everyone's in agreement with it, if there's any obstruction to curbing, paving, anything, that they just be responsible for repairing it, which I'm sure y'all would anyway.
Thank you.
Any other things? Any other comments? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.